Mornings from 6
on BBC Radio Manchester.
Good morning. It's 7:40. Anna Jameson and the team with you. Coming up, Dave Sweetmore is going to be joining us for his weekly gig guide. I just want to cross now, though, to coverage of the Middle East conflict. It's been raging now between the Arabs and Israelis for more than 100 years. And since the latest all-out war in Gaza began last October, we've heard how it's affected communities in our region here in Greater Manchester from people like Mohammed Galoni, a British Palestinian who was visiting family in Gaza when the conflict began, and Husna Waheed, a British Pakistani Muslim living in Manchester. Well, there are now fears of something similar involving Israel and Hezbollah in Lebanon. It follows a rocket attack on an Arab town in the Golan Heights on Saturday, killing 12 young people. Now, this next story is pretty remarkable. Kinneret Hamburger has family in Manchester. She's 23 years old. She's a law student who's been called up with the Israeli army. I spoke to her earlier this week, and she's been telling me what she makes of Israel fighting another war.
To be honest, I don't think I give too much space for feelings when we're talking about war. I think we need to be very rational when talking about it. So I put them aside, especially when I'm on duty. As a civilian, yes, I may be nervous. This is my home. This is my life. It's my family. It's my friends. Israel's a home not just to me, but to Jews from all over the world. And it's a home to 2 million Arabs as well, Muslims. And it's a home to the Druze community. But, I mean, when I'm talking about the army and when I know that what we're capable of, then no, I'm not nervous. And we'll just do what we need to do in order to defend ourselves and defend the free world we live in.
You're serving in the Israeli army. There's not many young 24-year-old women who would do what you're doing.
Well, I'm definitely not the only one. I think there are many other women that I serve with, that I see, that I hear of, that serve in the IDF, also combat soldiers as well. Yes, it's not ordinary. I mean, I'm a law student. I'd definitely rather use these summer days to be by the beach with my family and friends. But as long as there's this threat from Iran, from Hezbollah, from the south, from Yemen going on, then obviously put everything aside and get back in the army, even if it's a bit odd that 24-year-old woman that's what she's doing these days.
How close to the front line have you been?
I can't answer that question.
Can you just explain why you can't?
If we're used to thinking that the front line is just the border between Israel and Gaza, between Israel and Lebanon, then over the past 9 months we understand that the front line is practically every single street in Israel. Starting from October 7th, when 3,000 terrorists from Hamas, infiltrated Israel and went into the kibbutzim and the cities, butchering kids and women on the streets and in their homes. So the front line isn't the regular front line that we think of sometimes when talking about other wars on the border, but it's actually every single place.
What do you think about the ongoing conflicts, but specifically between Israel and Gaza right now? Because international countries are calling for a ceasefire.
The matter of fact is that Israel has been calling for a ceasefire for many years beforehand. The fact that people and countries are waking up now to call for a ceasefire, I think it's great and it's peaceful that we want to seize the fire, but it's a bit late. They chose Hamas. Hamas got elected in democratic elections. We're talking about terrorist organization, and they set a whole terror country in the area. Once we keep getting attacked on and on again from Hamas in Gaza, there's no other choice but to obviously go defend its people. There's only so much anyone can do. I really hope that together with our allies around the world, with the States, the United Kingdom, with many other Arab countries that we're in good relations with, we could bring a different authority to the area, to Gaza.
Because Palestinians would say that it's not Hamas who is the sole responsible person for this as well. They would say that Benjamin Netanyahu is ordering this disruption as well in this war. What would you say to that? It's on both sides.
Look, I'm not a spokesperson for any government. I'm a spokesperson for myself as a civilian. And
It'd just be good to get your
input.
input.
That me and myself and any Israeli I know that we do not want this war. Okay, we do not want this war. We do not believe in war. This is not something we're interested in any state of mind. But when a terrorist organization that governs its people and sets a terror country in their area is attacking my people, I have to defend myself.
What do your family back in Manchester think? Your family must be concerned about your safety, though.
They are. I'm sure they are, and so my parents, my family abroad, and my family here in Israel, they are. And I also tend to be concerned sometimes for my own safety when I know I can be attacked. But this is my home. It's my home. It's my home for me. It's my home for Arabs, for Druze. I've got nowhere else to go.
What are your hopes for the future, Kinneret? Do you want a career? Do you want to start a family? What would you like?
Yes, everything. I mean, I hope just to live my life, live a peaceful life, but just like anyone else around the world. I mean, there's so much that this world has to offer. I think there's so much we could do and live in peace here. And I just hope that everyone understands that and also does what's necessary for that to happen.
Fascinating, isn't it? That's Kinneret Hamburger, a 23-year-old law student fighting for Israel. She has family in Manchester.
My family here in Israel,